Go. Call the spaceships to Davenport. Prepare for Div Anarchy and interface with a couch in space. Welcome to Space Couch. It's been a big day for me. People told me not to do this one, which means we're totally gonna fucking do it. Like, right. So thank you for coming to Space Couch. We do appreciate it. We're just going to let's just jump right into the guest today. So, from space, please welcome. Wait, oh, yeah, I screwed it up. Please welcome Jess. Jess. Well, let's do that right off the bat because you have like 1,000 different shows. Waifu Chats, Waifu Chron. Like, for the uninitiated, give us a... Ray says, what a disappointment. The show hasn't even started yet. Mr. Scott says, howdy, Space Cadets. Snafu says, Angel Spit says, woohoo. Wow, all right. So, what's going on with the Chron? Tell us about your media empire.
Oh man, I've got a lot going on. It seems like I'm streaming every day, and the days that I don't stream, I'm like, I
okay,
feel
so
lost.
You're
like,
for the uninitiated. You're a streamer.
I am a streamer.
Okay, cool.
For the uninitiated. So I didn't intend to be one, but here I am. So I have a gaming stream that I've been doing for the last month and a half of City of Heroes.
Classic.
And that's just been a lot of fun. Hop around, play for like an hour or so on Friday mornings. Mondays, I've been revisiting Craigslist Misconnections because it's still active.
It's still going. That kind of blew my mind.
It's still going.
That's amazing.
So I've been visiting different areas. I guess. I mean, everyone's over 40 on there anyway.
Okay.
But and then there's a lot of seniors looking for seniors, and so it's fun for a laugh on like middle of the day Monday thing. And 3 other days a week, I'm covering the news on the Autonomous Zone for like an hour or so. And I also co-host on Jessica Reloaded. She does gaming and pop culture and panel streams and stuff. So we go through the "Am I the asshole?" threads on Reddit.
Well, some people in the chat aren't happy with you today, but we'll cover that as able.
Oh.
But some people are. So we are all about free speech here. Chat room's open. Say what you want. So Waifu Chats is how we found each other, and you sort of I had such a good time on your show. I wanted to bring you back, and I was wondering if, with all the interviews you've done on that show, if you could, if I could just be selfish and ask you for like a good tip on like how to interview people or something that you found.
How to interview?
Well, something that you found successful.
Well, okay, so historically, my career life, I put on the HR hat, the recruiter hat, interviewing people. So,
okay.
Doing a little bit of research. No, God, no. No. Never call me that. I know nothing. But in that, just practicing, asking people questions, you kind of like do your homework. You're really good at that too. You do your homework on who you're talking to, and ask questions maybe that they're not always prepared for, more casual, more conversational, instead of like robotic and scripted.
Right.
Or, just, I don't know. I try to make it more personable, I guess, or I'm trying to work on that.
So you'll throw in like a curveball.
If I remember to. I'd like to.
Okay. Because I'm like not real good at it. Like I send guess questions ahead of time just because it's like I don't know how to script it out, but like I kind of need a game plan. But if you've got the chops to call an audible, that's pretty cool. I think.
Well, okay. So, but as far as like the waifu chats thing goes,
Yeah.
I've only done a handful of them on my channel, with comic book creators,
Okay.
writers, you. So I would like to do more of those because I do like talking to people and getting to know what they're up to, what projects they're working on, campaigns they're running, like that kind of thing, and kind of cross-pollinate the cultural spheres because
Okay.
so often we get like put into these bubbles, and it's like this is if this is good, everybody should see this. So I'm a baby channel, but if I can help like connect people with stuff that's good or original, because everything kind of sucks, like mainstream wise,
it's,
like
there's
support the independent
so
people.
much, and there's a lot of it's so bad. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of content and I suppose campaigns after a fashion, um, not to be confused with just talking to people like I do. You're also playing games on the Twitch. This is Waifu Games, a cut I just cut out.
What I'm saying. I'm getting it tells in the chat. Turn the camera off when she dies so we don't see the shame. You know what? I have no shame left. It is what it is. If you've watched any of my videos, you would know this. Oh my gosh.
So that's City of Heroes from back
Yeah.
in the day. Is that mostly what you're playing on your gaming channel these days?
Yeah. So I started a new character and it's dark waifu, so I'm like a dark energy or like I'm keeping it on brand. I'm
Yeah.
trying.
No, I wore a white
And
shirt today. I screwed it up. That's all right.
it threw me off. It
Yeah,
did.
but it's like something I did it after all. I did it on instinct. I threw you a curveball.
You're a
Visual
natural.
curveball. Yeah. Oh. So, but speaking of things unnatural, as in superhero powers, what
My
brought you
hair
to
color. Oh.
what brought you to 2005's City of Heroes?
I used to play it back then.
Hell yeah.
I'm old. But no, that
Then
game
I'm
was
like
awesome.
Methuselah if you're old, but go on.
We're of the same vintage. But yeah, that was like my first MMORPG that I had ever played, and I was addicted to it. Like I would play it till 6 in the morning on the weekends. And
Oh
I was
yeah, I
just
remember those
obsessed for a while.
days.
And then World of Warcraft became really popular, and a lot
Hmm.
of people ditched City of Heroes to play that. And I just didn't.
Hmm.
It didn't really do it for me. I like the character customization that's afforded to you in City of Heroes, and the team play is a lot better. So we still had a group of friends that we would play with for a long time. And then for years we wouldn't play, and then we'd hop back into it.
Hmm.
And that game actually got taken offline.
Okay.
The owners of the company pulled it, but the code got leaked, and so it was running on like secret servers
Oh, I
afterwards.
had no idea. That's cool. Oh
And
wow.
then it was released to everybody. So now it's called City of Heroes Homecoming, and it's all independently funded and fans like, funded and stuff. So it's there's thousands of people playing
That's
all the time.
awesome. I didn't know that. Like,
And
okay,
it's free to play.
City of Heroes went
Yeah.
open source more or less. That's cool. So I've always had like a weakness for indie video games, and now that like this big game sort of went that way, it's like a weird evolution in the world. Um, this happens a lot. There are private servers of a lot of old MMO games. Since user has been banned for naughty words on YouTube.
Hey,
Oh
user.
yeah, there was a Shadowrun Boston that they got rid of. Oh god, you can't play it anymore. It's the same thing, but like it was Shadowrun, but in Boston. Like you invade Fenway Park, and there's a troll with the Southie accent, but same thing. You can't. Anyway,
Nice.
so you can relive that live on Waifu Games. Let's be a little bit
Waifu
professional.
games.
Toss out some URLs for the people.
Oh yeah, I'll drop them in the chat.
Okay, sick.
So as far as like, people are like, oh, you should separate gaming, you should
Hmm.
separate these different facets of your channel. But my channel is just me. So if I feel like doing it algorithm be damned. I'm just gonna do it there. So I mean, it doesn't
Star
matter.
Wars Galaxy
This is all.
says, sorry. Oh yeah.
I'll go for it.
Oh, I got excited and talked over you. But Star Wars Galaxy says Bobby Bologna as another title that you can't play anymore. But you were talking about separating out your channels or not, which is
Oh yeah. It's not interesting. It's
ah,
not
it
an interesting.
suck- ah.
You're fine.
Okay, sorry, I got excited about Star Wars. The I want to ask
I
about.
can't see.
I know misconnection Mondays. Okay, it's still going on, and like
Yeah.
you just so like wow. Any good ones? Like what should I avoid if I'm writing a misconnection?
I'm
Monday?
learning so much. I'm
Okay.
learning so much. I've also learned you should just use ChatGPT to write one for you. More people need to do that. Some are really bad. I've had to, pull up Urban Dictionary a few times to kind of figure things
Okay.
like, what are they saying here? Because there's a lot of coded language that they're using on there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So on my
It's
on
been
my Tinder
insightful.
bio, I should hit Urban Dictionary before I compose anything.
Yes.
All right.
Um,
That's a good tip for you
but-
at home.
so what I usually do is I go to an area. So like the last few weeks, I've been doing different Southern California, Central and Northern.
Okay.
And so I'll pull like 20 to 25. I only stream for about an hour on that one,
Mhm.
an hour and a half. So I pull the ones that stand out to me or make me confused, or, I want to put it to the chat to kind of help me out. Like, okay, what does this mean exactly? And we kind of
Okay.
work through it that way. I was ranking them on a tier list, like, okay, of the best of the worst, who wins the day, and do a poll and, that kind of
Wow,
thing.
all
to
right.
kind of make it more engaging. But yeah, it's been interesting. Oh, the other thing I did for the LA area, because
Yeah.
that one had some zingers. I
Okay.
will tell you what. I emailed them. So I created a Gmail account to email posters like, "Hi, your post really intrigued me. I want to know more. What does this mean?"
Brutal.
Like,
wow.
and then I don't dox them, but I read the email response back. So it's just been a little. It's been a fun time.
What have you learned? Like, are people just totally shameless, or is there like?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good to know. And
I will say though, as far as different areas of California, it's been very illuminating because Central California, it's let's say male looking for male. My room number
okay.
between 4:30 and 5:30 p.m.
Down to
which
business.
is like in 20 minutes.
Right. Wow. Okay.
Northern California Bay Area, very much more the quintessential. I saw you on the subway. We locked eyes for a moment, and yeah, more of that kind of.
Fascinating. Oh no, I'm breaking the fabric of reality in the background here.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, black hole. The speaking of Urban Dictionary, the Simpcast. What's that all about?
That's not my thing.
Oh,
I was
okay.
invited on Simpcast.
Oh yeah, I just saw you on the thing. Okay.
Yeah, so that's a comedian, Christy Mayer. She usually pulls different females on for Sunday streams.
Sorry about that.
No.
Okay.
That's not mine. I was a guest.
All right.
All.
Okay. That's like a. I was gonna ask you about, like, what might surprise like just a dude like me about watching, what I assume to be, don't let me put words in your mouth, a lady centric podcast or show. But it's just is that what it is? Like, just a bunch of
yeah,
girls who
it's
talk?
a
Okay.
bunch of ladies.
Okay.
And usually they have like recurring people. Like I think there's a couple OnlyFans models, there's a couple comedians, and then they cycle through different content creators that are that have a vagina. So and I have one, so they invited me on.
All right. Bunch of hens cackling, says Snafu. Brutal. Let's see, and then
Not wrong.
we were talking before the show. I gotta ask you about this. You have a collection of prison shanks?
Only like 3 or 4.
I mean, that's 3 or 4 more prison shanks than I have. Like, that's amazing.
You know what's wild about those? Did you know? I mean, you can make a shank out of lots of things.
No, I didn't.
Put a metal. Oh, never mind. So you can make shanks out of lots of things.
Okay.
And typically if you put a metal core in the middle, it's more effective. So one method is taking nitrile gloves, the nylon gloves,
Okay.
and you rub them together. They melt basically and they harden that, and then they stick like a metal wire or something in the middle of it. Oh yeah. Got one of those. Isn't that
Wow.
wild?
That is crazy. Well, all right. Yeah,
Inmates are very resourceful.
yeah, I bet can you spot a good one? Like now that you like oh, I admire the craftsmanship of it or
Ooh, I don't know about quality, but effectiveness, some of them are
ooh,
whoa.
I suppose that would be the ultimate
Yeah,
measure
I
of a
guess.
now I know we spend a lot of time on this show about prison shank metrics already, but like we're just if you will allow me, if I know we've done it 1,000 times, that's crazy. Um,
Have you?
no, that's the joke. The and let's see if so you have all these shows in addition to your life. If somebody says like, "All right, that's awesome. I want to be an influencer," like, what would you say is the biggest mistake the so-called noob would make?
For a newbie?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I feel like I'm still a newbie.
Oh, okay. Well, but like
But I
you're like however many episodes in, like, what is something you wish you kind of knew at the start that you know now, maybe?
on it, I mean, think the biggest challenge for me because I wasn't using any of these platforms, these services, and like OBS and StreamYard and Streamlabs and not photo, video editing and all those things. I had to teach myself a lot of that at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And there were ways earlier on because I was so freaking nervous. Just
Mm-hmm.
turning on the camera and you're just
Yeah,
talking to this little thing.
it's a
It's the
lot.
awkwardest.
It's
It's
so
awkward.
crazy, right? Because like I'm watching like my buddy play League of Legends on whatever the computer, and I go, okay, I can do that, and then there's that weird moment where it's like, all right, here
All
we
right.
go. So it's so getting over that, like, was that
Yeah,
okay?
but that was why I made my channel though, because I
Mm-hmm.
felt like stifled coming off of like pandemic times and
Mm-hmm.
new mom and like losing myself to the mom life for a while. I kind of felt like I didn't have anybody to talk to. I live in the middle of
Mm-hmm.
nowhere. So I didn't get to really practice my social skills so much. And I'm like, I want to do something for me. I want to talk about
Mm-hmm.
stuff that I like, that I think is interesting. And so I'm turning on this weird little device in front of me and I'm just going to
Mm-hmm.
talk to it and see what happens. And I was never planning on doing live streams. I was never planning on really doing
Mm-hmm.
anything with the channel, like what I've done. So in hindsight, I think having a better plan in place might have helped me, kind of
Okay.
get my footing a little better. But I mean, that's hard to do, right? Because like you're like, I want to create a channel. Okay, well, what are you gonna do with it? I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. So that's kind of like in hindsight, if I were to have formulated a better idea of what I wanted out of it, I might have gotten, a little more comfortable sooner. Um, but talk about what you want to talk about. People that like the same stuff will find you, and just keep doing it. And people don't like you, then they don't watch you. I mean, you know,
Well, we
so
can
you it
address
kind of
that
gets you.
because like people are like kind of using big words in the chat here, like I'm seeing bigot and stuff like that. Like, do you want to speak to any of that, or is that not the time for that here?
Well, it would hurt my feelings if I was one, but I'm not. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, people will, especially if they take little snippets or clips, because there are clip channels that take things out of context. And not me, I have a baby channel, like,
Hmm.
but maybe someday they will. If they,
Hmm.
some people go hard in the paint when they don't like somebody. I don't understand the level of commitment on that note, but I digress. So, what was the next question after bigot?
Uh, it's just do your thing, man. It's space, international waters. Um, and I'm a free speech person. I just don't want to spend too much time on like negativity right
Yeah, I
now.
mean, yeah, I
You know what? You
people
know
can
what?
say what they want to say.
Let's do space stuff today. Unless you wanted to say something, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no,
I'm just
I
like not
this
getting.
is space.
Yeah,
We're in
but
space,
well,
cowboy. Let's go.
yeah, Well, let's do the radiation round, where it was called the lightning round initially, but there's no lightning in space. Or if there is, it's exceedingly rare because there's not an abundance of matter. No wrong answer. Say whatever you want. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Dinner.
Dinner. From listener Lisa comes this question: Scary Spice, Sporty Spice, Baby Spice, Ginger Spice, or Posh Spice?
Ginger spice.
Ginger Spice. And what's a? I got an interesting question up there. But the last of the radiation round is, what's a good underrated movie?
A good underrated movie.
Yeah.
Emperor's New Groove.
Emperor's New. Great answer. Great answer. So we have from the top: Dinner, Ginger Spice, and Emperor's New Groove. Good stuff. I don't know what you can and can't answer vis-a-vis prison stuff, just because I don't know like where those lines are. But like it's space, nothing matters. So user has been banned from our It says, what's the biggest thing you find in a prison wallet? I'm not even sure what a
Ooh.
prison wallet is.
Oh, bless you, summer child.
Ha ha!
You sweet summer child. Ooh, I don't want to know what the biggest thing you find in a prison wallet could be.
All right. Well.
Oh,
Is that like
I
is
don't
like
want to
a
imagine.
gross thing? Like, is it like an actual wallet, or is that like a euphemism for something else?
It's a euphemism.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Think men's prison.
you goofballs.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Got him.
Ha ha. Well, depends how well you play your cards. Okay, so we could do feature number 2, which is
Ooh.
everybody's favorite hypothetical spectacle. That's sort of like where we it's like the Barbara Walters thing, where we like, what if you were an animal, and like we distill your like essence down into something else.
Okay.
Like WAIFU CHRON, the '80s action movie, or the WAIFU CHRON, the dinette set. I wanted to, with waifu games and all that, do WAIFU CHRON on the video game. So would this be like an MMORPG where there's like Autonomous Zone Island, or
Ooh.
like PlayStation 1 era where it's like a zombified LA and you have like your inventory of prison shanks.
But in the art style of Super Mario World.
Interesting, because that was the other idea I had, was like it would actually be the aforementioned WAIFU CHRON, and just like, I don't know what you would have, like a energy disc or something. But okay, I'm like Super Mario World, so it's like Super Nintendo graphics, and like you're in it obviously, but like you have the prison shanks, and it's, yeah, okay, and
No.
or not, you tell me.
Oh no.
Okay,
No,
and
I'm down.
all right,
Let's go.
sick, and yeah, maybe we could get your new character. We have to work in the City of Heroes stuff, right? So it's like, oh, maybe if you get enough
Wear a
power.
cape.
What's that?
Wear a cape.
Wear a cape.
There.
Okay, sick. All right, that's like you
Good
can
to go.
you can wear a cape. Awesome. Okay, so that is WAIFU CHRON, the upcoming video game. Look for that coming soon from. I'm sure you're starting a gaming company at this point.
Oh, of course.
Do you do this full time, if you don't mind me asking?
No. So I have a life. This is just for fun. This is a hobby at this point. So
into it.
I actually have 2 part-time jobs that I work from home.
Get out! Wow. Okay.
Very part-time right now.
Spinning a lot of
ebbs
plates.
and flows.
How do you keep it all together?
Am I though?
Well, you're doing it. It's you're making the content, showing up on Space Couch.
No, I guess it's my OCD, and I like being busy, and
ain't that the thing? Yeah.
I'm a little obsessive when it comes to things, and when I do things, I want to do them well. So I
Yeah.
I carve out the time and I make the time to do it.
It
And
just sort of
so let's
happens.
sleep anyway.
Right? Like when people ask me that, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna not do it. Like I don't really have a great answer for it because it's just got to get done. Um, right. So, speaking of getting it done, what is the next thing for the mighty waifu Kron?
I love your Spaceballs, by the way.
I get that a
Then
lot.
okay, the next thing. Just trucking along right now. So
Okay.
I have my news show, The Autonomous Zone, today at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Okay.
And that's Sunday,
That's
Tuesday,
who's that
Thursdays.
with?
Uh, friend Howard.
Okay.
So he and a couple other friends had the Autonomous Zone in place before I ever showed up. I made a video that was relevant. They invited me on, and I'm the guest that wouldn't go away. So so now I do the show with Howard. The other co-host, he recently, his fiance had a baby, so he's been doing that stuff. So right now it's a duo project, just covering what's happening in the world. And yeah,
All
so
right.
it's interesting,
All right. Sick. So
I
like,
think.
well, the that is on the YouTubes or
It is on the YouTubes and Rumble.
it's on
So
the
I'll drop
YouTubes
that
and
link
the
too.
Rumble. Awesome.
Mhm.
And okay, okay. So we've got the upcoming WAIFU CHRON video game. We have um, the upcoming shows all today. We've got a ton of links. Um, what what would you like to do? Like, do you want? Is there like a guest you would really like to get, or do you have any sort of pie in the sky, fanciful wishes for the
I
waifu
do
empire?
have a I do have a couple that I would like. One of them being a concept artist that has been drawing for Star Trek and
Oh
everything Star Trek
wow!
for decades. He was doing photography as a hobby part-time, and we connected on Model Mayhem once
Okay.
upon a time. And so I have a connection there. I would like to get him on and
Are
talk
you
to
a Star
him
Trek
about,
person?
yeah.
Hell yeah!
While I have the Falcon behind me, I am actually more of a Star Trek person.
Okay, awesome, awesome. No, no, you're in good company. I yeah, I did. I rewatched. I went through Deep Space Nine not too long ago. I might. I mean, I've got like next gen memorized, but I might just do it again. I don't know. I had to tap out of Picard. It got too weird for me. What'd you think?
Couldn't do season 2, but
Okay,
season 3 was all
is it
right.
good? Okay, because like the first season, like they're ripping out somebody's eyeball, and then he's doing like this wacky French accent, and like I don't know what this is, and I had to put it away. But like I should stick with it till season 3. You think?
Skip season 2. Just
Skip
go
season.
straight to season
Okay,
3.
okay, sounds good. So I couldn't even make it to season 1. So like, we'll see. This is the brother sister
Yeah.
Romulan getting all incesty weird. I was like, I don't know, but
Yeah, no.
they did bring back Hugh though, the Borg from the I don't know. Sorry, we got you said
Yeah,
Star.
Hugh.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got excited. Well, you know, because we're in space here, so it's like a documentary to me. Like that's historical footage.
Of course.
Like
Yeah, the historical documents like Galaxy Quest.
now we're
Also underrated.
now. Emperor's New Groove is a great answer, but Galaxy Quest has never come up heretofore on the underrated movie question, and that might be the one to beat. I mean, it does get quoted a lot, but like it's just like I have one job or whatever. Like that's part of the American vernacular now. I don't think people like know where it's from. You know what I mean? Good call.
One job on the ship. It's stupid, but I'm gonna do it.
One job. And there's a well, I won't go into a Galaxy Quest talk. But what I will do is we're sort of on a flying spaceship out here, or not a spaceship at all. We're on a flying couch out here in space. I forgot the premise of the show, and we're on a rogue flight path. So I'm going to bring this couch back on into the station shortly.
Okay.
But you want to check out Waifu Chats, Games, Misconnections, Mondays as I burp into the mic, the autonomous zone.
Yeah. So all of the waifu stuff is all on at WAIFU CHRON on YouTube. The autonomous zone is a separate channel, but it's all one word, the autonomous zone. And that's
3
days a week. I stream 3 days a week. I'm on like 6 days a week. So
okay, and awesome. So put those links in the chat. This is Brian for Space Coach for Jess for 8 million shows. Saying call the spaceships to Davenport, prepare for Divinity, and interface with Captain Space, Space Couch. Out. I'm just gonna end the show. So I let us talk burning things. That was cool. I now know that if I'm going to write romantic misconnections,
yes, they're far more romantic.
Incident. Okay, cool.
Also kind of pissy. Like they call people out. It's not even always romantic.
Really?
They're like, yeah, you were at this concert and you were obnoxious.
Wow! I didn't know we'd weaponize it to that degree.
Oh yeah,
like
great.
But to the end of like just to be mean, or like you're obnoxious. By the way, can I get your digits?
Oh no, just to be mean.
Just to be mean. Okay. Well,
yeah, very shallow, very petty.
Well, I'm happy that we were able to not be that today. I don't know why we would be, but this was a lot of fun. All right, okay.
Thank you.